So South Korea saw its leader being formally arrested for the first time over the weekend, with the investigation into President Yoon's martial law declaration still looking tricky. Let's turn to a legal expert, An Jun-seong, for more. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
So the risk of evidence being destroyed, that's what ultimately led to the formal arrest over the weekend, wasn't it?
That's correct. As under the Korean Criminal Code, the court may detain a criminal defendant if a two-pronged test is met. First is whether there is a probable cause to believe that defendant has committed a crime as charged. And second, whether there is a reasonable ground to believe that one of the conditions met. One is there is that defendant having no fixed dwelling, or there's evident destruction and possible to flee. And after the court issued the warrant, right, warrant for detention, and then they also issued a very brief statement, which means that they have a concern of evident destruction. That's why they issued the warrant, right?
Well, President Yoon is in a prison cell for now, but the fact that he's still a sitting president doesn't change. The question is, how much security or protection does he get as the president when he's in the prison cell?
Oh, that's very interesting question, because it never happened before, right? In modern Korean history. So we never expected that kind of things happen in Korea. So there's no written provision and how to do it. So basically means that the parties have to get together, discuss it, and make an agreement and how to arrange and that situation. So we have to wait and see. So for example, when he have to go outside of prison, right? Basically, they actually have a double protection, right? They have a prison bus, and then also the Secret Service will kind of surround him, surround the bus, right? His bus, basically. So I think that's was kind of a double protection, maybe. But inside the prison cell, I don't think they have any need to get a further protection, because it's very secure inside the prison cell, right?
It's even harder to tell when he's refusing to, come out for questioning. Now, investigators can keep Yoon in custody for up to 20 days. They say, how are they going to spend the given period, and how will they split the 20 days with the prosecutors?
Well, two different things, right? First, there's a specific legal provision on the maximum period for detention, which is 20 days. Right. So we know there's a maximum 20 days. However, there's no written provision on how to split the time between the party, namely the CIO and the prosecution. So basically, it works as the by agreement, basically. So what depends on what kind of things are their process on investigation side. They will decide. They might change their 50-50 situation. They might go for, maybe they give up questioning him, because he never answered the question anyway. So they might speed up the process, and because they want to make best value or make best of the time limit, 20 days. So they will decide depends on how the President Yoon react to their questioning.
Well, President Yoon says he will not show up for questioning at 10 a.m. this morning to the investigators. So he's clearly giving a hard time to the investigators. But do you think he'll cooperate with the prosecutors where he comes from?
I think that's a very interesting question to me, because that's what he said. But if you see what happened, maybe if you have 2 months, and he said one thing, but he did something else, another. So we have to wait and see. And plus, I'm not sure whether, in terms of litigation strategy, whether it's the best for him to testify or even to cooperate with the prosecution rather than not talking to the CIO personnel, because that's still investigators. So I think they're different, name tag, but they're same investigation, basically. So I'm not sure whether it's going to best. And the CIO also had to make a decision, whether to make a judgment call, whether it's better hand him over to the prosecution earlier than expected. That's really thing. It depends on what happened.
Well, earlier we saw footage of angry Yoon supporters causing a scene at a court after the warrant was issued on Sunday. Now, at least 86 supporters of Yoon have been apprehended for storming the court. What will they be charged with? How will they be held responsible?
Yeah, actually, I was very shocked to watch what happening by the supporters, so-called supporters. Well, I don't think they're supporters anymore, because they're destroying the government structures. I mean, that's very concerning. That's against the Korean legal system. I think that's very concerning. There's many possible charges, especially there's the obstruction of justice charges, which is maximum 7 years imprisonment. That's a very serious charge Also, there's a court contempt, also which is also maximum 3 years, or the 7 million won criminal fine. So that's very serious. Also, there's possibly riot charge, which is the maximum 10 years and 50 million won, the maximum fine. So if you add up, I mean, it could be 20 years maximum sentence. That's very, I think that's a very serious charge because even it's much serious than actually murder charge in Korea. It's maximum 20 years. So I think that's very serious. And then the court taking it very seriously because they basically destroy the court, right? That's a very serious charge against the court, and court would take it very seriously. Yeah, that's a very serious charge.
It is indeed a grave concern that the safety of the country is being tested. Sir, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you.